Hi everybody! Today we're going to talk about drawing the human head. We're going to cover proportions and placement of the facial features. And there are many schools of thought about drawing the head that they really just vary slightly. And I'm going to use one that's a combination of approaches taught by two incredible artists, Andrew Loomis and Bern Hogarth. Okay, let's make art. We're going to draw a frontal view of the average adult male or female, and the view is going to be one where we're sharing the same eye level as who we're drawing. So we're not looking up at them or down at them, we're just looking straight into their eyes. And we can divide the head into two major masses. We have the cranial mass, which we're going to show just as a circle. And we have the facial mass. We're going to go ahead and put a line right down the middle, very light, the middle of the face. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the very center of our circle. And we're going to take half of the circle and drop it down to find the chin. And you can see we're just going to pull that up into the circle right here. There we go. All right. Now, like I said, this is just the average shape of the head. There are a lot of people that have heads that are much rounder when you compare the length to the width. And there are people that have rather long faces. So as you're drawing someone, you want to establish the shape of their head first. All right. Now, we're going to measure from the top of the head, the scalp, not the hair, to the chin. And we're going to take that total length right there and divide it into half. I can kind of guess where half is. I think it's about right there. And I'm going to bring that line over. That line is where the bridge of the nose meets the forehead, right there. And that's where the bridge of the nose is going to start coming down. Now, on this line, we're going to divide this width into fifths. We're going to put an eye here and an eye here. Be just a little bigger. You want that distance from the tear duct to the center to be the same on both sides. Now, because it's fifths, we can fit another one there, we can fit another one over here, and we can fit another one in between the eyes. So most people have a space in between their eyes equal to the length of their eye. All right. And you can see that that line is going right through the middle of that oval. Okay, I'm going to stack an eye right on top of the eye. And I'm going to divide that right into half, slide that on over here to my line, and we're going to let that be the bottom of the brow ridge. So the eyebrow is going to fit in right on top of that line. And that's going to extend out further, see, than the eye. You go straight up from the eyebrow's further to the right. Now I'm going to take that distance from the brow to the chin, and now I'm going to divide that into half. I'm going to bring that on over, and that is where the bottom of the nose is. Now I'm going to express that just with a circle right here, that ball on the end of your nose. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that bridge of the nose down. Now, what's actually happening right here is it's going to flare out like this. And that's where the bony part of the nose is. Everything below that is going to be cartilage. And then it's going to come on in and it's going to taper down and be a little narrower as it attaches to this ball right here. Okay, now if we go straight down from the tear duct, we're going to find how wide the eye is. Therefore, the width of most people's noses is how wide it is in between the eyes. All right, and so let's go ahead and put in our nostrils. Like that. When you draw these in, they're really different on everybody. You know, some people's noses are pushed up so you see inside the nostrils more. Some people's noses are kind of pushed down. So look at your subject and just kind of look at the character of their nose. And I'm going to go ahead and have a plane change here. This gray part is where the nose is tucking under. There we go. And we can see the plane of the side of the nose right here. Here's the cheek. Goes across the bridge, back down again, and over. Up and over. We want to understand this as being three-dimensional in terms of forms, not just a flat drawing. All right, this is looking good. Let's now go from the bottom of the nose to the chin. And this is where we're going to find the bottom of the lower lip. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that with the nose down and put an oval right down in here, the lower lip. And I'm going to use two ovals descending from the center to the upper lip. There we go. And then right above that, got the old snot gutter. So we have a curve here, we have a curve here. And if we find the first third of the eye and drop that, we will find where the corners of the mouth are. And there's actually two muscles in this lower lip. Kind of goes up right there a little bit. There we go. And most people have an upper lip that's narrower than the bottom lip, although that varies too. And then there's this little concave area underneath the lower lip. Now this line for the lower lip is also an important place. That is where the jawbone slightly turns and comes up. Okay, let's talk a little more about the planes of the head. So we have the forehead up here, and this would be considered the front of the face. Right here is the edge of the temporal bone, which is right here on the head. So if we go up and over, here's our forehead. When we hit that turning edge right there of the temporal bone, it turns. So if we have light shining from this direction, logically this side of the head is going to be darker right there. Down in here we have the cheekbone, or the zygomatic arch. You can kind of see the skull starting to happen in there now. And right after we pass that cheekbone, it turns. And that's considered the side of the head. Down in this area, we've got the muscles that surround the mouth, front of the face. As soon as we pass those muscles, it turns, and that would be considered the side of the head. You can see those planes now. It's becoming very 3D looking. All right, eyebrow, nose, top of the ear, eyebrow, bottom of the ear, nose. Just like that. And we'll get more into an ear study if you'd like. We can bring this on over and let's put in that profile ear. Remember, when drawing an ear, it's at an angle, it's a diagonal, it's not straight up and down on your head. And we have this first main ridge that kind of wraps around. We have this little form here. It wraps around and tucks in underneath that one. Let these gray areas be the valleys. There's also a little valley there. There's a long valley coming down in here with this little Y shape in here. Okay, so it's easier to see that. The neck, really depending on the person, if it's a big burly guy that works out at the gym, you know, he's going to have a neck that starts way up here, but mostly if you look at the corner of the jaw, the neck is going to start coming down right above that. Okay, let's do a little study of the eye too. Let's pull that up here. So there's our oval. We're going to divide this into thirds. There's our line going through the middle. We've got our tear duct down here under this line. And this third on the top is the highest point, and then it starts descending. This third on the bottom is a low point, and then it starts ascending up to the tear duct. You have the eyelid crease right here, and the iris. And this one is just relaxed. The bottom of the iris is just above the lower lid, and part of the iris is going underneath the upper lid, and that pupil has got to be in the middle. We'll get into a more detailed study of the individual features in other videos, but I think this covers just really the basics of starting to put a head together. So there you have it. I want to thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to follow. Bye now.